So welcome to episode 2 of me making a trailer park in Oasis Springs. In the first episode, we built over here at the Sandtrap Flat. Today, we are over at Nookstone. And I've already designed this kind of shell that we're going to be working with. It's going to be a one-person starter home. I say starter home with sort of quotation marks because it might branch out a little bit past that with some of the decorating. But the plan is for a starter home. So, like I said, I've already planned out the shell for this. I'm just going to break open some of these walls so that we've got a little bit more space to play around with on the inside. Already laid up a lot of the roofing. So I wanted to go with a little bit of a messy kind of trailer. I wanted to go with like a bit of a scrappy trailer. Like maybe this trailer's not really been looked after as well as some of the others. Maybe, you know, whoever lives there just really doesn't care what the place looks like. Maybe it's part of their job. Maybe they are just a little bit of a scrapper, you know, for money. Maybe they like scrapping things. I don't really know. I kind of wanted to use some of the dirtier kind of swatches and things for this one. I already used some of the pre-owned stuff in the first one so that we could guarantee it was going to be a starter house. But this one's going to be a little bit more, for the sake of aesthetics, we're going to go a little bit more scrappy. So right off the bat, I'm already taking back one of the things that I did. Why? Oh, let's go down to short walls. There we go. Are we short walls over on that build? I'm not quite sure. I might have to change that one. But I'm already changing one of the things that I did. I'm going to have like this sort of open porch thing here. I want it to be like a lot of window space and stuff because it's going to be like one door that kind of opens up into another door. It's going to be just like an outer protective security door, which I don't know if that's really common for trailers necessarily. But there's some houses here in the UK that kind of have like these porches. And I wanted to sort of replicate that if I could. And I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I need more space for it. Maybe if I expand this out, and then we're going to have like this weird outcropping, but maybe we could factor that in to the build. Let me see if I can find a nice door. Okay, I'm going to go with these doors for now, and I want to see whether or not we can find sort of like, I guess windows like this actually, that just show off that front porch area entirely. That actually works pretty well for what I'm wanting. Maybe we could have like an awning going over the door. Let me see what we've got here. I don't really know my way around these menus very well. I'm kind of thinking something like that. Yeah, that's not going to go directly over that though because of the windows. Maybe we could go with that one. No, my game's not liking that. Oh, maybe I could fit another roof? Like one of these small roofs? If I copy that, sort of place it there. Oh, go steady now, go steady. Make it a little bit smaller. And make it go out a bit. Could we do something with that, maybe? Oh dear. Maybe if we rotate the entire thing. If I knew how to rotate the entire thing. There we go, that's how we rotate it. Very experienced Sims player, as you can tell. I kind of like it. That's weird. But I don't hate it. I want to expand this out without it going. Oh, maybe I just get rid of that entirely actually. Oh, I don't know why I didn't just think of that in the first place. And then I'm thinking like some decking out front, like just a small little piece of decking that we can put like a support pillar or something on. Yeah, now we're talking. I like that. And then I've got to whack a couple of pillars on, because then that kind of gives us a little bit of a similar vibe as to what we've got going on with the other one as well. So there's a bit of synergy going on there. I can't really remember which of these I used. I guess I'm just going to use these. Oh yes. Oh yes, I like that a lot. Okay, so we've got the porchway section done. I've got to go in and decide what colour we're going to do this entire thing in, because I have no idea. I don't really know what colour theming to go for. I kind of want to go for, like, greys on the inside. I'm not so sure for the outside. We are going to go with, like, the trellis, which I said I didn't like last time because of how it joined up and stuff in, like, these sections, but we're going to go with it for this one. Okay, a couple of windows on the front there. A lot of windows on the front there, but that's fine. I think one back there, and maybe, like, one back there. I'm not going to be too fussy about putting a heap of windows on the back of the build, because I don't know, I always make the mistake of over-decorating the backs of builds when I really don't need them to be decorated, especially when they're right on the edge of the lot. Like, we ain't gonna see it. It's fine. I think I did a pretty good job with the build over here. The vent added a lot, I'm not gonna lie, like, to the realism of it. Added a lot. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna move that over, because it's feeling like a little bit much. I mean, even that one there feels like a little bit much. I think we're going to steal a couple of these. And I'll put like 2 of these down. So for our siding, I'm actually, again, I'm not sure what colour to even do this. I'm going to stick with like the clapboard crush stuff. Oh. That's not bad. I do quite like that sort of deep brown colour that we've got going on there. That's quite nice. Let's make sure we've got that done. Yeah, let's go with that. That's quite nice. It was also the first one I chose. So I don't know if it is the best option, but I immediately liked it, so that's what we're going with. Make sure that it's on absolutely everything. I might even add like a roof trim to this build, which I didn't do with the first build. I usually do it on like all of my builds, but I quite like just the plain white that we had going on. Oh yeah, we definitely needed that that black trim there. Maybe we could change the fence? Can we change the pillar colour? Yes, let's go with black on them. And I think we'll change the fence and maybe the steps if I can... No, I can't do that apparently. This has gone from, like, meaning to look scrappy to looking a little bit, like, modern. It wasn't my intention, I'll be honest. Maybe we'll change the concept. I don't know, it's gone a little bit posher than I was expecting it to be. And I'm kind of liking it. Like, the dark brown with these colours on the front, with the windows on the front, rather, and then, like, the porch, it's looking... I don't know, it's looking modern. I think maybe we can roll with it. Let's see what we can put on the inside. And we'll kind of go from there, depending on what we've got going on. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We are going eco-friendly with this one. I hadn't even considered doing like an eco-friendly sort of off-the-grid style build. But this could work. I quite like it. Retro looks. I also like that. I also do like that. There's a lot of these that I quite like, actually. I don't know what really suit the interior of a trailer. But if I kind of go with the concept that it's maybe a trailer converted more into like a bungalow. See, I like that. We're going to go with that. The scrappy idea is out of the window. I immediately get the urge to like add some greenery to the outside. I think it would look really, really cool if we can somehow get... I don't know if it will let me with those foundations being so high, but I don't know, maybe like some of this stuff along like the outside of the build. That's pretty cool. Maybe some like little planters like these, the window box of superiority. If we can get... Oh yeah, they're all like in black boxes. Oh yes. Oh no. I can't actually put that along the entire base of that window. Let me move that. We're using this one, which is apparently from the Get Famous kit. I'm going to change the planter to black. I like that. There we go. And then maybe we put another one over this side. Like that. I'm just going to keep it the same colour so that we've got matching. And what else do we want? Look at that. No shade awning. Put that over the top of there. That looks quite modern as well. Very fancy. Very fancy indeed. I was not expecting this. This is... Maybe we'll have like a nice elderly couple house. Like they've worked and they've got themselves like a really nice little spot in the corner of Oasis Springs. This lovely little Nookstone. They're separated off. They're very quiet people. Not lonely, like deliberately secluded kind of people. You know, they don't really want to talk to you. They're not really interested in talking to you. They'll say hello in the street, but they've got no interest in socializing and whatever. I mean, they'll paint. They'll bake you a pie maybe when you move in, and you know they'll maybe talk to you on the streets. You know, stand on the street corner and have a little bit of a chit chat, have a bit of a gossip maybe. But for the most part, these people are not really interested. I think it would probably be an older couple, maybe a couple that are into gardening. I love that, like, the concept for this is just, it's taken such a change, and I wasn't expecting it to. I did not expect this to be the concept whatsoever, but you know, when the muse hits, the muse hits. You gotta go with it. Okay, I'm liking that. I've left like a little bit of a gap here because I like the idea of them being able to get out the side of their plot. I did initially do the same thing over here, but I ended up moving it to this side. I like the idea that maybe the plots are designed specifically by whoever built the trailer park for these 3 households of people, and this household of people would be able to go down to the fishing spot and go down to the river. You know, maybe the old bloke that lives here, maybe he fishes. I don't know. I don't know. We're making this up as we go along. Okay, so we need a kitchen area. I'm going to start sort of sectioning all of this off. I think this is like a natural bedroom spot. I like the idea that you come in and, you know, the door to the left goes directly to the bedroom. The door to the right goes into the living space. I think this here kind of feels like a nice spot for perhaps like a little kitchen. So I'm going to put tile down for that. And then maybe we try and fill the extra space with living and lounge related things. It's quite a small space, which again, the original intention was for there to be only one person here. The kitchen is coming together very, very slowly. Let me go ahead and put a fire alarm down. That's the last thing we need is people dying. Good grief. I'm liking the way that is sort of positioned though. We've got like this little island counter here. We could even possibly put like a stool or something against it, but I think they would probably like sit down on the couch or something to eat their cereal in the morning. I think we're going to go with a similar layout to the other one where we had like the TV was a bit like a center point at the end of the trailer. I think it makes sense to do the same thing here. I've been using some of the country... Is it country living? It is. Some of the country living stuff. Ooh, I like that. Like a nice retro couch. Oh, it's such a big couch, though. Is there enough space for them to maneuver around? We don't really need like a 3 or 4 seater couch, though, do we? That's a bit overkill. Maybe something like this. Oh, yes, I like that. That's nice. Okay. And it's like pushed up against the counter, which is pretty cool. They don't have to go very far to get their food once it's ready. I want to put something, I think, up against here. But I'm not really sure what. I think we could do something similar to the last where we put like a bookshelf next to the window. but just a different design of a bookshelf. Like maybe one of these, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Like one of these modular bookshelves, perhaps. That looks pretty nice. It's just like a bog standard bookshelf, but I quite like it. But I think we should probably put something hobby related next to the window. And I am liking the idea of maybe an easel. I didn't really put anything hobby related in the last one because I like the idea, again, if it's a starter home, you don't really need too much like stuff in it, I guess, because you want the player in theory to add stuff. I'm gonna sort of position that like that there. I think that's quite nice. I think this also works okay for like just one sim. If you want just one sim to also be in this place, but the intention is for there to be two. I think it's a lot more fun when you're playing with multiple sims as opposed to just one. But it's going to be a pretty expensive plot, I would imagine, because of some of the furniture and stuff that I've used. So on the walls there, I've added some tapestries. I think they're tapestries. They're sort of like, they're from the Cities pack, and they've mostly got like Asian themed artwork on it. I don't know, I would assume that they're sort of tapestries. I like the idea that maybe they've gone to the, taken a trip to the city and maybe found these at like a market or something. Add a little bit of story to why maybe they've got some random banner decorations in their little place. But I don't know, I like the idea that maybe they just thought they look cool and, you know, contrasted well against everything else that they've got. Like, as soon as you go in, you're greeted with some of this colour before you kind of go into their living space, which is a little bit more, not necessarily mundane, but, like, muted because it's a different shade of browns and stuff. Oh, I've just punched the microphone. I was scratching my face. I don't know if this part is actually usable, but I've added in a seat here next to these banners. I really liked the idea of maybe they go over and get a book, and they use this area over here to kind of chill out a little bit. And I've put like this little, I'd call it a puffy. Is it a puffy? It's called a puff. Okay. I've added this little puff into the corner here for that reason. Because I like the idea that they would sort of just sit and chill out. Sit and grab a book, chill out. You know, one of them paints, one of them reads, and they just have a really nice little time. We're not going to overdo it with too many lights and stuff. It'll be a nice little chilled area. Maybe we'll add a couple more bookshelves and things sort of around that area for it to make a little bit more sense. I'm trying my best to sort of avoid using things like computers and stuff because I feel like I always resort to put in computers in as just like little gap fillers, and I don't need to all the time. It's a personal change that I am making. Aha, this is the book nook one that I wanted. There we go. I like that. That's really cool. So they've got their little book collection up there. I'm going to go through and fully decorate the kitchen a little bit better as we go. And I'm going to go do the bedroom and this porch. So I very quickly realised I hadn't left any space for a bathroom. This was a very big oversight that I didn't realise until I decorated the entire trailer. And then realised I had to go back and add a bathroom. So this is what the final trailer is going to look like here. I'm going to be switching up this plot here in the next video, so just ignore this. But I decided to change, so I had brown fencing on the outside, and I thought this whole area, this whole neighbourhood is meant to look like a consistent trailer park. Like, there's got to be some synergy going on there. They've got the same paths, they've got the same general design, they've got to have, like, the same fences, because I like the idea that you get the trailer, the colour of the trailer on the outside is its default, you cannot change that, and you cannot change the positioning or the colour of the fencing because you don't own it, you're renting the trailer or buying the trailer off of somebody else. The land itself is owned by, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the last part. But, so I decided to kind of run with the idea of this being an elderly couple, or a couple in their middle-aged period of life where they've got no interest with really socializing much. They stay inside and they enjoy each other's company. Oh my god, company, I tried to burp. So we've got a chicken coop here. I thought it would be really cool because I have a friend that lives at a trailer park, or like a trailer park-esque kind of place, and he has a chicken coop. So this is kind of in honor of him. I thought it would be cool to include a chicken coop. We've got some gardening plots here for hobby-related stuff. And then as we go inside, this is what this place looks like. It's furnished quite nicely. Got our little reading area with our little book nook stuff going on here. We have our bedroom, which it was very, very difficult to cram a bedroom inside of this trailer. I struggled a lot with the space provided. I don't know if I utilized the space very well, but I tried my hardest, okay? We were sticking with the colour theme, and we were sticking with the design theme of like these deep browns and dark reds and things like that. The bathroom, it's decorated. It's not decorated as much as I would usually decorate a bathroom, but it's fine. I really like this mirror. I like the mirror a lot. I think the mirror's cool. We've got like pictures on the walls because I imagine they've probably had quite a lot of pets. Maybe they have pets currently. Maybe they have like cats and stuff. I don't really know. I like the idea of that. But then as we come into here, I use some of the cottage living stuff to decorate the kitchen, and we've got the stuff down here in the living room area. It's all quite basic and like simply designed. I tried not to go like too overboard. I haven't plastered heaps of paintings on the walls and stuff. I've just tried to keep it simple and as close to like how the Sims might decorate it if this was somewhere you could buy in the Sims maybe. Obviously I know that EA are quite well known for under-decorating their builds, but I didn't want to over-decorate and just completely crowd the place too much. I wanted it to make sense. So I really like this place. I think it turned out pretty well, despite me deviating from the original game plan of making this place a rundown, scrappy trailer. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, that's the second one done. So we've got Sandtrap Flat over there. We've just completed a Nookstone. Next on the list is going to be this multi one, which is going to be one that I like the idea that you can play either with for rent or just have a household split between multiple trailers. However, I'm not going to have 3 trailers because it feels like a little bit too many. I'm going to have just 2. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you've got any suggestions for future builds outside of this neighborhood, because I've already got my concepts kind of sorted for this neighborhood. If you've got any ideas for any other renovations, then comment them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.